Hi. So I kind of based this family situation off of something I hope to kind of have in the future, in the next few years. And so this family currently has a baby on the way. Austin is 26 and he's working as a life insurance agent. He just graduated from BYU, so he's working full time as a life insurance agent now. And Lexi currently just quit her job as an occupational therapy assistant as she prepares to have this future baby. So their goal is to find a house in California near family so Austin can continue working and they can kind of start their family where they want, close to extended family and parents. They have a dog and they love sports and anything to do with being outside. They're big Angels fans. So their financial situation, luckily, they were both able to graduate without having any debt, and they currently have about $50,000 saved up in their savings account. Like I said previously, they're looking to move to Southern California for Austin's job, and he's currently making about $160,000 full time. And so one of their priorities and their special circumstance is that they go on a family vacation each year for about 2 to 3 weeks. And it's a priority for them to save enough money in order to go and do this. And so they allocate a specific amount of money each month that goes directly into the savings area for them to be able to go on a family vacation. They're looking to spend no more than $3,300 on a monthly mortgage payment, and they're looking for a home that is located in a safe area where they can start raising their future family, and they also would love a backyard. They want at least 2 bedrooms and 3 baths, and they want to stay relatively close to their family in Orange County, and that's also where Austin's work is located. So they found a dream home. So this dream home is listed at $689,000. The monthly mortgage payment is $3,294, which is right at their limit of a monthly mortgage payment. This dream home has 3 bedrooms, which will allow them to continue to grow and have even extra space. It has a nice kitchen and living room, which they love because they love to entertain and friends and family, as well as there's a community swimming pool, which they're pretty stoked about. So that's the dream home, and then they also found this modest home, which is a 2 bed and bath. And it's a little further away from extended family, but still relatively close. However, it doesn't have any yard, which they're bummed about. The listed price is $375,000, which is a great price, especially in this area, and the monthly mortgage is around $1,800, which is well within their means, and they love this deal that this modest home is presenting for them. So their family budget with a mortgage would look somewhat like this. I used the modest home mortgage, so about $1,800 they're spending each month on mortgage. As you can see, every dollar is allocated, and there's that specific area for a family vacation. They plan to put at least $250 in this savings account, which will give them around $3,000 each year to allocate for a family vacation. As well as I put taxes for a home and the amount of tithing they'll be paying each month. So as far as the savings plan goes for this family, they already have $50,000 in the bank, but they want to have a 6-month emergency fund. So in order to have a 6-month emergency fund, they need to save up about $30,000 more dollars. And their monthly savings goal right now, while they don't have a mortgage to pay, is $7,300. So as they put that $7,300 in their savings, they can get up to that $80,000 within about 4 months, depending on what interest and what type of savings account they use to put their money in. And after they do that, they want to start saving up for a down payment on a house, and their goal is to make at least a 20% down payment on the house. So for the modest home, it would be about $75,000. And now they're able to use that $7,000 instead of as an emergency fund. They're going to use that same $7,000 they've been putting away as into a savings account for a down payment on the house. And if they do this, they can have about $75,000 within 10 months also, depending on which type of interest and which type of account they decide to put it under. So as far as the optimum mortgage terms go, so as you can see here, a dream home, the best rate for 30 years, so that $689,000 home, it would be about a 3.69% interest rate, and the monthly mortgage would be around $2,828. For a 15-year loan, it almost doubles in monthly mortgage, so that is definitely above the amount they're willing to pay for a monthly mortgage, and that's at a 3.614%. The best rate for a modest home is a 3.875%, and they'd be paying about $1,500 per month for a 30-year loan. And then for a 15-year loan, it would be a 3.7%, which would be a little bit lower interest rate, and they'd be paying about $2,500 a month, which is well within their means for that modest home. And this is with a down payment of 20%. So all these calculations are based on that down payment. For the modest home, it is $75,000. So moving on, as far as tax deductions go, it is about a $1,300 difference with a tax liability with a home versus without a home. So as you can see here, we would be paying a little less if we buy a home, but it's not necessarily a huge difference or a huge amount that we would be paying that would be different. So to continue, see, as you can see here. So to continue, we do have 2 cars, luckily. They're all paid off. We don't have to make any payments on them. It was a graduation present for us to have 1 car, and then another car was a wedding gift. So we're extremely lucky and blessed. They're in both great shape. We have a Mazda 3, 2014 Mazda 3, and then also a 2016 Ford Focus. And so I decided to use the Ford Focus, which is the car that Lexi drives, to kind of take into account all of the costs that it can potentially bring the family. And so as you can see here, the true cost of ownership is around $30,000, and they spend about $250 total each month on gas and other expenditures. Moving on, so luckily the only long-term debt that we consider as a debt is our tithing, which is 10% of our income. In regards to college or student debt, we luckily were able to graduate without any debt. Go BYU. And we don't have any outstanding credit card debt or anything like that. And so our credit scores are really good. As far as our interest and property tax, home insurance, and mortgage insurance goes for this modest home, our total PITI payment would be $1,895 a month. And because we make that 20% down payment, we don't need the PMI insurance for that. So the mortgage qualifications for our home, using the 36% rule, we would be able to get a $4,788 loan. And our long-term debts is that 10% of tithing, and then also we pay for our medical and our cars, so I calculated that into the mix as well. And then that monthly mortgage of around $1,895 for the modest home. So this in total gets us to, it's about 26.6% of our total income, and so we're well within that range to qualify for a loan. So we would be able to get a loan for this modest home, which is nice to know. As far as renting versus buying goes, we are looking to move within the next little bit, and because of that, we would like to just purchase a house. However, the house may be small and it may not necessarily what we're looking for long term. And so part of what would be good about renting is we would be able to move to California and continue to look for our, dream house, or the house that would give us the most for what we're investing in it. However, with a lot of renting, there isn't really a yard. We do have a dog, so that is also why we're kind of looking to buy a house. We're kind of ready to settle down and start our family and not having the hassle to move every couple of years into something else. And if we buy, we know we'll be investing in the house, so our monthly mortgage payment will mean something more because it'll actually be going towards our home, which we live in and which we plan to live in for a long time. But it also depends on the housing market and what's available in a good school district and a good area. So, there's definitely more benefits to each. So we're kind of contemplating that as we think about a viable option for our family. So the loan comparisons, 15-year loan and that 30-year loan, I use the interest rates that we talked about previously. It looks like taking out that 20% down payment, we would be saving around $115,000 in interest. So that would be awesome if we could, swing that around $2,000 monthly mortgage in order to get that 15-year loan and pay off our house sooner and spend way less money on interest. So I'm kind of leaning towards that 15-year loan rather than that 30-year loan, because we would be spending way less money, even though in the short term we're spending about $1,000 more, it would end up saving us $100,000. So that's super nice, and it is well within our range. We can definitely afford it. So as far as our home appreciation goes, we have in our monthly mortgage, we set aside about $2,000 for long-term savings, and I use that amount in order to calculate the stock market price. So we would have around $5 million if we invest that $2,000 into stocks. And as far as our home appreciation, our house would be about almost worth $2 million, which that's crazy because it goes up so much. And so the conclusion, what we've kind of decided based on currently not really having any money to make a down payment, and also we'd only be paying about $1,000 difference in taxes if we choose to continue to rent. The best option for our family for the short term is to look to rent while we continue saving that $7,000 a month in order to make a future down payment on a house. I think this is the best option for our family because it'll give us more time to kind of find a house that we love, that we're able to maybe spend even a little extra money on because we would be saving for an extra year. And also, make that investment in a house where we know we'll be for, more than 10 years rather than spending less money on a house that we know we'll eventually move out of within the next 5 to 6 years. So overall, I think the best option for us would be to rent as of now. I've learned so much from this assignment and kind of the grown-up life and what I have to look forward to. And so, yeah, thank you so much.